Reverend. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for participating in our meeting tonight. We appreciate you taking the time to come with and share with us about your work. Reverend Aid has studied at the Evangelical Theological Seminary in Cairo. He's from Egypt, and he's studied here in Houston at the Fuller Theological Seminary as well, and been here, I believe I read, since 2009. Is that right?
Yes.
So he's been working with the refugee and immigrant community here in the Houston community, and creating partnerships also in Egypt with our congregation. So welcome, and thank you for taking the time. We'd love to hear from you, and we'll open it up after you share your experiences and your presentation. We'll open it up for dialogue and questions for a few minutes. That's okay.
Well, thank you so much. It's really nice to see you face to face, because we only communicate via emails. But, I thank God for Zoom. I really thank God for Zoom, that it gives us the opportunity to see each other. It's a blessing. And thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak. And thank you for your faithfulness and serving the Lord, locally and globally. It's such a blessing. As Sonia said, that I've been in Houston since 2009, and I was a journalist before, as well. I was a journalist in Egypt and a pastor at the same time. And, I came from Egypt. Egypt is a kind of unique country in terms of many things. It has large population, like over 100 millions in Egypt, and it has the biggest Christian minority in the Middle East. Around 15% of the populations are Christians, and it's a Muslim country. So it's not easy in some places. It's okay in other places, However, people are struggling there. It's different context, it's totally different, because I lived in Egypt and I'm living in America. Two different contexts, two different experiences. So people there, they are faithful, as you guys faithful, but they struggle. We all struggle, but they have different type of struggle, like persecution, of course, is part of it. Absence of social justice, Yesterday, I was talking to one of my friends. He was unable to get a job, federal job, because he's a Christian. He was suffering so bad, there's level of persecution because of religion, and also poverty, poverty. People struggle financially with churches, and it's a struggle there. So before I continue, how long should I talk? Like a few minutes, or should I talk for a few minutes, or what do you?
Yeah, if you could speak about your work in Houston, and then also with the Hope for the Middle East.
Sure. So that was a kind of introduction. So before I come here, many of my friends, like pastors and church leaders, told me, "Pastor, please do not forget about us when you go to America." I said, absolutely not, because maybe God will bring me to America for a purpose, which is making friendship between American churches, individuals, and the church over there. So after I got situated and adjusted in Houston, I thought about making partnership, between individuals and churches in America, and especially in Houston and in Egypt. And the need is endless. The need is endless. So Hope for the Middle East came out of that, to provide hope. There are so many people who are hopeless. They have lack of hope. They feel like they are forgotten, especially those in villages, especially those who live far away. So Hope for the Middle East, the mission of that, we started this organization in 2010, by the way. We've been doing this for 12 years. And the goal is to provide hope to persecuted and suffering churches and individuals, you know, and we support the churches as well. So we support the poor, the persecuted Christians. We also support pastors and leaders, you know, who God calls them to go to unreached people to share the gospel with them. So we do church planting. We support poor Christians. We started Corona Hope Daycare many years ago. And that project came because kids were in the streets learning. They had no opportunity to go to schools, learning bad things, no hope. So we started that Sharona Daycare Center where we bring kids. We partner with a local church there. And these kids cannot pay to go to a daycare like this. And their parents, you know, are uneducated. They are like careless. So we started working with kids, teaching them, changing their life. And they took that experience to their parents, and they have impacted their parents' life. And we see not only change in kids' life, but in their parents' lives as well. So they started to see the change, and they want to be part of that. So they became hopeful. We have hope now. So that is the mission of Hope for the Middle East, providing hope to poor, persecuted Christians. We do church planting. We support like Sharona Daycare Center. And we thank God for this ministry. It's making a difference. And people feel like they are not forgotten, but God cares for them. So this is kind of brief introduction.
Anyone have any questions?
Me? Are you asking me if I have questions?
No, I was asking the rest of the team if they had any questions.
Yes.
You and I talked earlier in the week about classes. You had started classes at the school for the kids.
Yes.
And you're expanding.
Exactly. We started with one class, and now we have two. We hope that we can start the third one. The point is, as I told you, like these kids' parents don't have the money to pay for their kids, so we pay for the kids' tuition. We pay for the teachers, you know, curriculum. We do training. We invest on teachers, you know. Make sure that they teach kids very well, you know. So invest in them, we buy curriculum, we pay the tuition for kids. And that's a need that I would like you to pray for, to open a third class.
Once the children are out of preschool, where do they go? Is there a public school or?
There are public schools. But you know, some of them, as I told you, some parents they are not aware of the importance of education. Some of them don't send kids to schools, and even those who go to schools, the school system is like they don't teach them very well. So even some of them are in schools, they don't know how to read and write. You know, so it's broken. It's broken. And it's public schools, and you know, it's not good education. So we fill that gap. We fill that gap. We don't only teach reading and writing, but we teach values. We teach. We help them to explore gifts like coloring, making crafts, making them think, making them creative, making them something else. It's changing them. It's a holistic approach. I've been challenging the teachers, like we don't only do teaching and teaching the Bible, but we approach kids in a holistic way. spiritually, physically. The educational part, it's so these kids can be something in the future, right? I was a kid in that village. My parents did not have the resources, but I was fortunate that I had a good Sunday school teacher who took care of me. And I became like this. I became a pastor serving the Lord. I came here to make partnership between you guys and between them. So these kids can be something in the future.
So is there, being that there's only 15% that are Christian in Egypt, is there a lot of persecution?
Not everywhere, to be honest, not everywhere.
Get a job, but
there is definitely there is persecution, but not everywhere. Some places is very normal life, very normal. I have lots of Muslim friends, very nice people, but there are group of them are radicals. They don't believe in tolerance, stuff like that. Additional to that, the system doesn't make equality, doesn't make equality. We have problems. When I was there, this is an experience I want to share with you. When I was there, I was pastoring a church in the south, in a village. So the church was very old. The building was very old. We needed to remodel it. To do that, we need to get a permission from the government. It takes like 10 to 20 years to get a permission just to make repair in the restroom. So it was going to collapse, while we worship. We saw that it was dangerous. So we got the permission, but it was not enough to do everything. So I prayed about it. I said, well, we need to finish this. So we built the building, and I got arrested. And the judge's decision was putting me in jail for years. But it didn't happen. I reappealed. And I just paid a fine, paid money to the government, and they released me. So that was terrible. It was terrible. It was a very tough experience. So it is hard in some places, but we live by faith. We trust God. We trust Him.
thank you.
Yes.
Where is the city or the village where you have the classes set up? It's in Egypt somewhere, I assume, right?
Egypt. It's like 3 hours. 3 hours south of Cairo.
Ah, okay.
Yes. Have you been there?
No.
Maybe one time.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, it's based on my experience, it's different. America is different. We have struggle. We have a different struggle, different challenge. But we all as human beings struggle, but it's just different. It's just different. Yeah.
Any other questions for Aid?
How has this last couple of years of pandemic impacted the ministry of your organization?
Yes, that was really tough. It was really tough. We lost some of the resources, some donors, they stopped. And, it was a problem. It was a problem. And we just pray. We just pray for God to call other people to be part of this. And this is what we can do, but it really affected, because many Americans even lost their jobs, the church budgets went down. So it affected us definitely. But we pray that things will get back, will get back, and so that the church won't be affected or the ministry want to be limited. Yeah.
I know early on, like preschools here were limited in class size and in terms of you know, who was able to attend, and I was wondering if in order to reduce COVID spread, you all had to do that
Yes.
as well.
Oh my goodness. Yes, of course. Yeah, they closed, they shut down because it was mandatory. You know, they shut down the preschool there for a while, and like here, you know, it took them a while, you know, to reopen gradually with masks and all that. Yeah, it was tough. The pandemic was very tough, you know, and there are some good things came out of it. You know, I'm telling you, because you know, we found out that we are very weak as human beings. Invisible virus, and we can see it by our eyes, see what they do to the whole world. You know, and technology couldn't save us. Only faith and trust in God gives us peace, you know, peace, and takes our fears away. Yes. And also, last year, one of my dear friends, he was my colleague. We were together at Cairo Seminary. He was my age, you know, and he had COVID, and he passed away. That was so shocking, so much. And he has a wife and 2 kids, and we just need to pray for them for resources, you know, because they are in grief, and the system is not like here. There is no support from the government for such these cases, you know. So we've been praying for them. That God will provide them, but it was really sad. It was really sad. It was shocking for all of us. Well, yeah, it happened.
All right, thank you very much for joining us this evening and give us a chance to meet and chat with you. For those on the line, Hope for the Middle East is going to be Faith in Action on Sunday. And, we've got a short clip to show for that, and I thank Aid for helping me put that together. So we'll
Thank you, dear. I am really blessed to see you guys face to face. To come back. If you like me, invite me again. You know, and if you have questions, because I teach in some churches about the Middle East, Islam, politics. I was a journalist there, you know, so I have a good background regarding politics, religion, you know, culture. So if you are interested in something like that, I can come and have a conversation.
we'll have to keep that in mind.
Thank you. God bless you and bless your business.
You also.
You as well. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Good night.
Bye-bye.
All right, let's move on to our